The Black Pinch Double Dyno. You're watching JaybirdTV. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode. I'm glad you could tune in today. I'll be beginning on this pink V2 V3 here, which got some really great holds, and this wall has a lot of features which makes for a really interesting climbing area. The wall is slightly concave and has a little incline at the top. Not too severe though. So beginning on this route, you get into a really great undercling and have to get some high feet in order to span that reach. So you see me go up right, which seems to be the easiest way. But it's just a really fun route. You get into some bucket jogs and swingy movements up here. It was very cool to see climbers of different size doing it, and it was challenging and yet doable is what I thought. So really awesome set. Enjoyed that quite a lot. Getting the body warmed up and ready to go. So my man Tim Bushy asked just a few weeks ago if I could throw in a climb that I thought was impossible. Maybe a V11 or V12. I don't know if those are necessary to really push me. I think a V9 or a V10 could suffice. And I love the idea. I love the idea of trying something that is beyond my level. I mean, you need to have goals, and I think that that's a great way to, really just hone in to pick one project, a mega project, and keep working on it. A lot of pros do that. In the past, it's worked really well for me and helps break through plateaus. This ties in really nicely with a comment from Beta Labs USA, who was saying I should do a moonboard video once a month. The moonboard is where I would choose my project, the V10 or above. That would be what I'm working on for the next few months. The moonboard is always accessible. I can always climb it, and it's very challenging. So that is most likely what I'll be doing. I love the idea. I can do some moonboard videos semi-regularly and then always throw in that project, and you can see if I make any gains or if I just keep struggling. But I'm excited. I think it's a great way to keep pushing yourself, is to monitor your training. That way you can look and see how you did the week or day before, and you can push yourself a little bit harder. So also, one more comment I'd love to throw in is from Gabby Gagu, who was asking how to get stronger fingers and if a hangboard is the best way to do that. Also, thank you. I appreciate that you think I make great videos. So the hangboard is the number one way. Well, truly climbing is the number one way, but training-wise, the hangboard is the best option. Of course, high risk, high reward, you can get injured, but I think that it is worth it for climbers whose tendons can handle it. And the reason I include this is because the moonboard is another fantastic training tool for being able to strengthen your fingers. Will definitely strengthen all of you, especially your core, but specifically the fingers the most. So I will work on doing that, so please stay tuned. Hopefully I can get some moonboard videos up soon. Start getting my ego checked. So jumping into the climb I'm climbing on right now, this really awesome blue V6, V7. Really fun climb, has a pretty committing beginning, and I'm sure you've seen that I've taken a few falls here. So what's tricky is those top three slopers are really quite bad. So I'm not able to get into a secure position, but this is a really fun route. So just beginning down low, you have two slopey underclings, and the only option is to dynamically go to that large sloper, bear hugging with both hands. From there, you work your way out to the feature, get a right hand up and walk your right foot rather high, and make a big bump. Get the right hand on. From here, you cross. Really have to lock off and hone in here. The lock off is challenging. You'll see I take a fall there. However, the skill is a little better. Able to pull in here. And once again, just trying to find a way to use these slopers. I figure there must be a great way to create body tension. I love high feet, so that's my first thought. Get that up, drop knee. Anything to make those slopers feel better, but they really didn't. So I bailed there. Unfortunately, I shouldn't bail, but just felt like a very insecure position. Anyhow, from the start, doing that awesome committing dynamic clap. Moving out left here. I love these move on the features. They felt powerful, but rather delicate. Very cool. Man, doing this awesome crossover. Felt a little slow motion too, just because you have to be precise. And I have a new beta here. So I decided to just dyno to the top. Frankly, I couldn't use those slopers, but I wanted to send, so that's one way. Lucky you get the top there. And just coming right back down. So next up, going to be these green holds. V4, V5 works up this feature here. It's a fun, flowy route, a little bit of dynamic movement, and a healer toe, which you rock your weight over. So my man Boom Floof, one of my OG commenters and always being really active, just telling me, ask me questions or give me good feedback. So thank you so much for being an absolute legend, Boom Floof. He's asking me when we can, or you all can see me hit some juicy outdoor boulders. That will be soon. I am training right now. The beginning of training season has been a little bit rough for various reasons, but I'm definitely going to be going full steam ahead. I have a trip planned to Canada. I'll certainly be going back down to Chattanooga and touching back on that mega project. I do have a project for the season scoped out. It's down south in Chattanooga. I don't want to say too much more, but I really hope to work it. And if I can send the grade that I'm hoping for, I'll be really excited. But you'll have to stay posted. And yeah, just really excited to train and get outdoors. Living in Michigan, it is a bit difficult to get outdoors. Anyhow, jumping back into the climbing at hand, I have a really interesting blue V6, V7 problem that I'm working on here. Now what really bewilders me is I did randomly climb this one before the rest of the climbs. I think it was the only climb I did. And I flashed it, but I was unable to climb it at first. So you see me trying all kinds of betas. I want to say the first time I did it, I just only used the big sloper at first, matched it, and just got real strong. But for some reason today, nothing felt like it was working until I locked in what the setter certainly intended. So here I get a heel hookup. Get the right hand as a gaston and the left as a gaston. This is the first time I'm able to create tension and control the swing. Get my foot set, get that left hand on, and then move up right. Bump the hand up, get a high foot. It's a classic climbing move right there, pulling in with the toe in the hand. And thankfully it's pretty much done. Definitely that beginning was a bit tricky. I really thought I'd be able to power through it, but was very quickly humbled, so happy I got that send. Next up, we are jumping into the V8 double black dyno. It's a very cool problem, definitely a comp style set. So you're beginning on the feature there. It's very hard to see, but what you had were 2 little foot chips and then 2 more foot chips where my hands are. So I'm really just kind of mantling, trying to get all 4 points of contact, but you really had to have everything set up correctly in order to be able to stand up and balance here. So that is the move there, getting the left set, hopping the right up, and then you have 2 little crimps that you gaston on each side. This allows you to move your feet up to the foot chips that are a bit higher, and from this position, you need to generate a lot of power, lunge, and then snag both of those pinches at the same time. A lot of coordination, a very cool move. It's so interesting having both your hands in like that and then leaning down and trying to just create so much power. So you can see on each attempt I'm getting a little bit closer. I am able to actually grab it and stick for a second. Very close here. My friend told me he sent it as well before this go, and that gave me some mental strength knowing that it's possible. So once again, getting set up into this dyno here. Getting coiled up like a spring, exploding and snag those 2 pinches. From here you bump your left hand out to a little crimp, but it just feels great to be able to pull on something after being in such a bouncy, precarious position. Bump that right hand in, bump the left, and it's a bit of a one-move wonder, but such a cool move. Topping it out there. Awesome route. Had so much fun climbing that one. And that's going to bring this episode to a wrap. So thank you so much for watching. Much love. Peace.